RCBT ready to attack with the clap. Let's go. It's back. Attack. I'm gifted. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whew. I feel good. How about you? I feel good. I feel great. We're back, baby. We took a little break, mostly because I needed to sleep. But we're back, baby. And it feels so great to be back. Look at my Batman hat. It's shining. It's glistening. One time, I don't need no missing in. What that mean? Google it. Anyway, damn, we're back. I'm just excited to be back, everybody. I'm excited.
Let the people know. Let the people know.
Plus, my list is going to be better than values on this video.
We'll let you guys decide in the comment section about that one. Also, you guys can let us know, what your list is for today's topic. We're each doing a top 5.
Only 5.
Only five. We used to do that 10, and that 10 thing was not where it was at.
I know, it was too much. Too much. Some people just made a list because I needed 10.
That's what it came down to. But today we're doing a top 5 list of superhero TV shows that were cut short. We thought they needed more time to tell the story and develop, and
some got canceled for no good reason.
Oh yeah. Others got canceled because of disputes between major companies and
power moves.
Yeah. All that, all this stuff, all the things that fans hate the most.
Some of them got cut because mismanagement of money by states. I'm not gonna say which state, Carolina, but you know what happened.
If it was up to the fans and we were the ones who got to write in and be like, this show isn't working for us, cut it. This show is working for us, keep that going and everything, life would be so much better and everything. But unfortunately, we do not have that type of power.
Yes, we're working on it though. We're working on it. The Snyder Cut. We do that.
Yeah, that was the exception to the rule with a lot of other.
It's the start of the change. It's the spark that's like the fire that started it's the spark that lit the. I can't even say it. Lit the flame that started the fire that burned the rebellion. There's
so many more mini details other than the smallest and the most important detail of the fact that it was already done. The majority of the movie, like 90% of the movie,
does not matter. It
was already filmed.
We were the spark that lit the flame that
show.
Started the fire that burned the rebellion.
That's a movie.
We say other shows. We say Lucifer. We say, Netflix, boy. Because they listen to us. We say plenty of other shows. Not all of them, though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just Lucifer.
No, we say other shows.
We'll talk about that on another episode.
That's why they didn't make the list.
We'll talk about that on another episode. But today's episode of our top 5 shows that should have gone longer. And our requirement is the show had less than 5 years, preferably less than 4 years also, of runtime, of airtime. And as long as it's a superhero show, hey, it's up for you to go. So, with that intel, who wants to go first? We flipping a coin?
I don't have a coin on me.
Dang it.
We rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors it is.
We should go on shoot or go?
We're going on shoot.
All right. Shoot. I never lose. Anyway, my list goes first. You got to put the best foot first. So, that's going to be mine. Number 5, a show that ended way too early. Iron Fist. I know what y'all thinking. How did Iron Fist make the list? I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Because that first season was absolute trash. It was garbage. It might have been the worst thing I watched before I watched Inhumans. No doubt about it. But that second season was really good. And they turned the corner. They found their groove. They were working. That second season was like that. Colleen Wynn was coming back. She was out there kicking butt. I can't think of her name. Misty Knight was getting. I mean, everything was flying. It was looking so great. And then they ended it. At the end of the season, when Colleen Wynn got the Iron Fist, and then you saw Iron Fist and his brother go across the world, and he pulled out the two guns, and both of them turning out to the Iron Fist. I was like, oh my gosh, this is legit fire. And the next thing you know, it was canceled. I'm like, yo, what? I need to see. Why was he across the world? How did he get the Iron Fist back? What's he doing? Is Colleen going to start the Daughters of the Dragon with Misty Knight with her new Iron Fist? I'm like, everything was going so great. I'm like, yo, you just can't not finish that. That's crazy. At least, if you're not going to finish it, at least just do an interview and tell us what your plans were. At least. No closure at all. No closure at all. That's why it's number 5, though. First season, I knew it was trash. Second season, it was good, and then they left you on that cliffhanger that you wanted to see more, unless you're Mr. Negativity over here. But outside of that, that's why it's number 5. Number 4, Runaways. Woo! 3 seasons of. First of all, it started out great.
What? Of what?
Okay, 3 seasons of quality television. First season started out great. Second season declined. Third season was rushed, and he was like, yeah, I knew it was rushed because they like, oh, this is all we got. So we just gotta finish it, throw it out, because we can't expand on it more. I feel if the Runaways got another season that they knew was happening, they would have expanded on it more and would have been great. Plus, they left me with the future thing because they said it was the series finale, and then at the end of it, Wilder, I can't think of his first name, anything. But Wilder, the son guy with the Afro, y'all know what I'm talking about. He left a note to the rest of the game talking about keep an eye out for the witch. So, obviously, Alex, that's his name. Obviously, there's more to the story, but we'll never see it. When you leave me with more to the story and I never get to see it, it wasn't bad. It just, the problem with Runaways, that first season was so great and the rest of it didn't live up to it. If that first season started out like the rest of the seasons, we were like, oh, it's a good show. But it started out too great. Not many shows can keep that up. Daredevil's a few. Daredevil's one. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s another one. They can just constantly keep at that level. Number 3, though. One of my personal favorites. And a person that I've met in real life who is just so sweet. I don't know if she's just doing that because, it was a fan event. But either way, she's so sweet. Agent Carter. Agent Carter was so good. I don't care what nobody says. Agent Carter was like that. I liked her in New York. I liked her in LA. And I wanted her to go to DC for the next season. That would have been legit fire. This really started how she was building S.H.I.E.L.D. Because they keep saying, oh yeah, she was the first commander of S.H.I.E.L.D. and she was the head. And we saw her in game. She was running S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'm like, yo, I wanted to see how she got from being disrespected because she was a woman, even though she did all that great stuff in the war, to being a head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and she had to navigate her way. And they kept talking like in the movies, right? What was it? Civil War, when her niece was up there giving her a eulogy, she said how she would navigate being a woman. And then I was like, man, I want to see some of those decisions. And I never did. And I knew it was coming. And you cut it off and it was just so hurtful. It was just so hurtful. Did you really have to do that?
It did. As you said, cut it off. And it was only necessary.
What a jerk. Anyway, so number 3 is Agent Carter. Great show. It ended way too early. Number 2. Everybody's gonna agree with this one. The Gifted. The Gifted on Fox. Number 2. Oh my gosh. We saw seen The Gifted. Everybody knows I'm not a big fan of the X-Men. Daniel, you know this. People, you know this. If I was here, he'd tell you he knows this. X-Men are not my thing. But The Gifted, from beginning to end, every episode at least, bare minimum, 8.5. Every single episode, 8.5. People were dying at the end. Everything happened to strike. And it ended. I was so, tell you, the pain I felt when they said The Gifted was over. Yeah, I almost called out of work. I was on my way to work and I got that news. I'm like, I can't work under these conditions. I can't go out there and perform the way I need to, knowing that The Gifted is never coming back.
Never come back.
You can't name a bad episode in that entire 2 season 1. Can't name one. Don't you try either. Don't you be that jerk. Don't you be that. The Gifted and number 2, greatness. Struckers, powers. They were literally showing you powers too. Something Daniel always wants. Showing you powers. Except for Blink. They showed it a few times, then it got expensive. So they just showed you the lights. But either way, it was showing you powers.
Don't be trying to sell it on me. You gotta sell it to them.
Magneto's daughter, she was going hard in the paint too. And she was pregnant. Oh my gosh.
With her steel toe boots on. I can fly.
Oh my gosh. You talking about her?
You know why I wear steel toe boots? So I can fly.
When she left the rebellion and went with the I can't think of the names. Oh.
Basically the resistance.
Not the resistance.
Basically.
Either way.
Basically the resistance.
I can't, I'm so sad. It's because I don't care about the X-Men. That's why I can't remember the name. The Underbrothers. Oh, it's not the Underbrothers. The Brotherhood. When she left to go to the Brotherhood, I remember I was like, yo, she left. She was just fighting with her. She saw that. Oh my! I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is absolute crazy, and it was gone. Gone. I don't know what happened with the kid growing up. None of that. Number 1. This one hurt the most. Swamp Thing. Oh my gosh. It gave you 1 season. You were like, yo, this is legit. This one hurt the most. It played the first episode. Yo, everybody's like, yo, this is good. I can't believe they made Swamp Thing good. Next minute, Swamp Thing has been canceled. What just happened to me? How? Thank you, North Carolina, for effing that up. How dare you? I can't believe it. And I'm sitting there watching like, yo, this is great. And then they told you they couldn't even finish the season. They had to cut it out. So it was running real well, and you just show them just jump shit. I was like, oh my gosh, just 2 episodes. That extra 120 minutes we needed. We really needed it. It was so good, and it was gone after a season, Daniel. A season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they on the CW talking about all new episode. It's not an all new episode. I've seen this. I've seen it. Let me know if it's an all new episode on season 2. Until I get that, this is. Oh, I was so hurt. Oh, that was a tough one. Oh, that was tough. I cried. But that's my list. Number 5, Iron Fist. Number 4, Runaways. Number 3, Agent Carter. Number 2, The Gifted. And number 1, Swamp Thing. That's my list. It's legit fire. Dang. Take it away.
Top 5 shows that ended too early. We should have got more seasons out of them. I'm going to start mine off at number 5 with Constantine. That show was like that. That was
Dark Knight.
It was surprisingly as good as the movie was. And the movie is the most underrated superhero movie, comic book movie. Not even say superhero. He doesn't consider himself a superhero in no way, shape, or form. But definitely comic book adaptation to date. It was definitely underrated. The show was amazing. The show was freaking amazing, especially on NBC. And it was one of those ones that, like, it was so much controversy behind it throughout the entire season. Like, oh, will it stay? The number. They were constantly tracking this show as it was happening because of the amount of hype that it got and the amount of fan base that it is known to have and everything. Like, Constantine was good. It was so good. The character, they constantly are using this character now because of how much the fans love him and everything. Okay. If Netflix was...
The fans have power. He told you, baby.
If Netflix was as strong now then as it is now, they probably would have picked it up and everything. That's one of those shows for sure they would have definitely have picked up. But unfortunately, we don't have that type of we don't have that power back then. Netflix didn't have that type of power back then, so we are stuck with just reliving reruns
Of a season.
Yeah, of one season. Yeah, onward to number 4. Number 4 is The Gifted.
Wait, whoa.
Same as Anthony. Everything that he said,
That's not the first of all. That's a lie. That's not the same
it's
thing.
just in a different order.
There we go.
It's just in a different order. Okay. I feel the same way he does. Gifted was it was cut too early. It was a great show. It was the one show where and they did mutants and the X-Men universe somewhat justice and everything compared to
somewhat. It was perfect justice.
I don't know about that. Compared to
at least 8.5.
It's compared to. It's funny because they never, whenever they give you X-Men shows down, nobody ever uses any of the main X-Men characters. They give you the side characters or
They're not
most
allowed.
underused characters and everything like that. They're like, oh, we're only going to save the main characters for the movies, and then we're going to mess them up. And we're going to change them slightly from how they really are, which is funny. But The Gifted was on a great path. The way it was going, how they used the actors and stuff, and developed the characters, not being anywhere near in the main continuity of the X-Men and stuff. And it was pretty dang good. Even though they were all wonky with the actual X-Men storyline, they still did a great job of telling the oppression of mutants and all that and how people felt about them in that universe and stuff. I thought it was great and was going on a good path. But it got canceled. Fox is not Fox. It's just Fox.
It's not Fox anymore. It's Disney now.
It's still Fox. It's still Fox. It's still Fox. My number three is Luke Cage. Luke Cage was about to make a whole. It was literally about to be a whole new story, and how he was about to literally come into power in the next season of running Harlem and try to turn everything around. Like you saw the whole next season as soon as you saw what happened at the end of the last season that they did. You were like, oh my goodness, you know what he's trying to do. He's trying to turn everything that was bad about Harlem and all the evil that is and make it good again. Plus the first two seasons were great. That first season was amazing, which motivated you to see the second season. And then the second season was great. Like wow.
What?
And then even all the side characters inside of that were, each of them did amazing jobs in each of their roles and everything. The villains were great. The hero was constantly learning and evolving. He was making mistakes, learning from his mistakes. He had people that put him in his place and everything and helped him push him along. People that were like, yo, you're going in the wrong direction, stop doing this. He either listened or he didn't listen, but that's what you do as a character and as a person. It was an amazing show. An amazing show. And it needed more time to develop and do more. My number two, Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is my number two. Swamp Thing got cut off way too early. Swamp Thing had
way too early.
Had so much potential. When I say way too early, because they didn't even give it all the episodes for the whole season.
You need another word for way too early. It was something that's beyond that.
Premature. It was a premature cutoff, yo. It didn't even get its full season. They cut it at 10. And it was supposed to have 12.
Yeah, that was so different.
And they even did a great job of those 10. They did a great job. So, yeah, Swamp Thing goes without saying. Like, I don't think anybody's really going to actually have to argue with you about why that one should be on everybody's list. But my number one that just got cut way too soon and deserved a minimum of 2 more seasons is Daredevil. Daredevil from Netflix, minimum deserved 2 more seasons. That was the one, the catalyst that started all the Netflix shows. It set the tone. Like when people saw that first season was so amazingly great and superior to anything else that folks were just like, they're going to win. Everybody knew like there was anybody who was anybody in writing or a fan was like, we're finally there. This is it. This is how we want it to be. This is top level production, top level acting. Mm-hmm. Action is right there. The fight sequences are what we wanted.
That hallway
and
scene.
See? It's all everybody ever.
Woo! That hallway scene.
It was his.
Fire.
That was his. Like he made a name for himself. Daredevil deserved a minimum of 2 more seasons. Like it deserved them. It was the most cut way too soon. Way too soon. And what they did with villains and how they developed their villains.
Perfection. I got nothing bad to say about Daredevil.
Daredevil did easily deserve. So, that's each of ours top 5. I'll go
Can I
my
put some
list
holes?
one more time. My 5 was Constantine. My 4 was The Gifted. My number 3 was Luke Cage. My 2 was Swamp Thing, and my number 1 was Daredevil. By all means, people, go into the comment section and let us know what your top 5 list of
I want to poke some holes. Can I poke some
top
holes?
5 list of shows that were cut off way too soon that deserve to have way more seasons and more time to do whatever storyline they decided to go in. Because with shows like Luke Cage, he was about to go in a whole different direction from a normal, typical superhero show. And it was going to be great. As well as The Gifted. The Gifted were about to do the time traveling futuristic stuff, which everybody loves time travel and futuristic stuff. Everybody loves that.
Time travel to the future. Nobody likes time traveling to the past. I want to point that out. Nobody likes going back to the past. It's not good. I don't know why. Going back to the past stuff, never really that great.
It is that great. It's awesome. The end game did it. You brought it up. Peggy Carter in the past running S.H.I.E.L.D. in the end game.
She was already in there. She didn't go back to the past.
But they were in the past though.
First of all, I brought up. No, I never brought that up. I did bring it up, but I was really pointing that out to the fact that in the present in Civil War, her niece was talking about how she navigated that stuff.
That's fine.
I don't want my characters to go back in the past. Only watch Endgame for the final fight scene. So you heard me say that multiple times.
I don't care what you say.
All right. Can I ask a question though?
I don't have any answers.
All right, fine. Then I'll tell you why I don't think Daredevil should be on the list. All right.
This is my list. Nobody cares about your opinion. Nobody cares about your opinion on my list. Okay?
I care.
Leave it in the comment section.
No, for real. No, honestly, I really think Daredevil shouldn't be in the list for one reason only, because of the Defenders. And let me explain why. If you go back and watch the Defenders, just listen. If you go back and watch the Defenders, I know it's called the Defenders and everybody got a certain amount of time, but that show was that whole limited series was centered around Daredevil, centered around Daredevil and Elektra and the Hand. Iron Fist. They
literally captured Iron Fist, and they were all from, where were they from? The same place Iron Fist was from.
I get that, and I'm not denying it. But what I'm saying is, when it came down, when they needed help, and he gave them all the information about Iron Fist, it was Stick who gave them that information, right? From Daredevil. They went back and bought Elektra brought her back, and that was the real reason why he really got into the fight, to get Elektra back. All of that stuff, honestly, I just rewatched it because I was trying to watch something else. I couldn't, so I started watching Defenders again. That whole show, that's the core of that show was centered around Daredevil and Elektra, and him trying to get her back. That's why I say I really can't give it another. I can't really say end it too early because the story just kept progressing in 3.5 seasons. That's my own personal opinion. I don't know how you got.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Defenders was literally its own show.
But the core of the show was mostly Daredevil and his relationship with Elektra and the Hand.
The Hand, who were created based off of Iron Fist. They literally combined all the shows to make the Defenders TV show. They used a piece of everybody,
and we know
to
that.
make it. And you're just trying to single out Daredevil.
I said
you're literally just trying to single out Daredevil and put it on there.
That's not what I'm doing.
Nobody went. Just did that.
I said I acknowledge that everybody had a part in the show. Everybody had a story in the show, but the core of the show,
you're singling out Daredevil,
is Daredevil's relationship with Elektra and the Hand. That's literally the core of the show. Like everything from every episode,
you guys go
him dealing with Elektra.
You guys go in the comment section and let us know.
I'm telling you, Luke Cage should not be on that show.
Is he?
Luke Cage, that should not be on the list.
Is he a hater for trying to?
I'm a hater.
Sink in Daredevil and say that it's part of Defenders, and therefore that piece right there, Daredevil, the whole Defenders show is really a part of a season of Daredevil. Therefore, he already got enough seasons. That's what you're saying? I'm
saying because that show, I mean, you want to dumb it down like that, fine. But I'm saying the core of the show.
No. Is that what you're saying?
I just said if you want to dumb it down, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So now,
but I'm not dumb. But our audience is not dumb.
A whole show, exactly. So they know what you're saying is just you're just making stuff up.
I'm not making stuff. I just watched. When was the last time you watched Defenders?
It's not Daredevil 0.5, 3.5.
It literally is.
It's not.
Just like Civil War is Avengers
If all the
2.5.
If all the villains were from the same place as the Iron Fist, and they needed Iron Fist to use that right there, and then they use people, and they literally, if you watch the show Defenders,
I just watched it last week.
They have a way of bringing them all in there together.
First of all, they forced the Luke Cage and Jessica Jones thing they forced their story into it because it didn't weave perfectly. Like Luke Cage just got out of jail. He wanted to help a kid. That kid happened to be working for the Hand. That's how he got involved. Same thing, almost the same thing with Jessica Jones.
How much story do you need with somebody to go out there who's a hero to be a hero when there's trouble involved? How much do you need? Like, I know somebody who's involved in this. You guys just happen to be involved in this. We keep running into each other because they're involved in this and that. It doesn't have to be that deep for them to be there.
I'm not saying that you're not wrong. What I'm saying is, if you go back to the show, 70% of that show was mostly centered around Daredevil. That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't make it a Daredevil season.
I didn't say it was a full season. I'm just saying because of that show.
He doesn't make it a full season.
It's not full. Like you said, it's like 0.5. Since 70%, 0.7.
You said 0.5. You was like Daredevil 3.5. You said that first.
You said it.
You literally.
It doesn't matter. The people know. If we go back and watch that, you said that. But go. Luke Cage should not be on your list at all.
It's my list. He can be on my list if he wants to.
And your list is absolute trash. Because the first half of Luke Cage season 1 was great. Everything else just got worse and worse. Everybody knows that.
No.
Everybody knows.
I have the right to my opinion on my list. He has the right to his opinion on your list. You guys let us know what your list is.
First of all, let us know who list was better. That's the real question. That's what everybody wants to know. It's my list. But just for the humor, just put it in the comments so you know. It's my list. It's the best list of all time. It's a great list. Great list. Great list.
What you really could comment about in the comment section is
how great my list is.
Which show are you willing to fight for to have a return on the TV or streaming services?
Swamp Thing. Number one, it's got to be Swamp Thing. Everybody else got to tell different. Finish the story. They didn't even get to finish their first season. Oh no, yeah, Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing got to come back. I can live everything else with two seasons or so, 3. Swamp Thing got to come back. You had no time. So no time. You didn't even get the full season. You need to come back.
We'll talk to you guys next time. You can talk to you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and hit that like button. We'll see you guys later. We out.
Deuces.
Yeah. We in the club, we partying. We in the club, we partying. Yeah. How much ice you got? I don't know.
Get it all, this man.
I cannot miss like I am the ace. Electrocute you, then I leave you with aftershock. Getting angry, then I turn to Incredible Hulk. Bite and bog. Chop it down like you one of them stars.